Good afternoon, Bells Panthers. This is the Bells News Network, and I'm your host, Tristan Gardner, here with my co-host, Kendall Clark. Here at BNN, we like to keep you guys up to date with everything going on with the Panthers.
And as always, we'll start off the episode with the school motto. Learn, work, serve, respect every day. It's the Panther way. This week we're focusing on serve, and we're highlighting Coach Doggett. Last week, the varsity girls cross-country team won the district championship. We caught up with Coach Doggett to ask what goes on in cross-country practice.
Okay, so what goes into a cross-country practice is at the beginning of the year, I was able to get this book called Running Formula that my college coach told me about. So I read through that book and I was able to calculate like what times I would need the girls to run their 800s in, their miles in, their 200s in, just about any distance possible according to what their 2-mile time is in. So in August, I made a practice plan with different zones. There was like the light zone, the darker zone, the dark zone, and then there was the red zone, which was the hardest week of practice, and that was 2 weeks before regionals. We did various things like on Mondays and Wednesdays, it was distance days, and on Mondays we had mock race Monday. On Tuesdays and Thursdays, we had speed days, and those were usually on the track. So my girls have done an accumulation of distance and speed workouts to be able to prepare for the district meet, which was great because we won. That's what goes into cross-country practice, a lot of running and a lot of behind the scenes calculating what I need them to get their times in and what distance is going to work best for these girls. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach Doggett, and good luck at regionals this weekend. And before we go to sports, we'd just like to remind you that BNN merch is still on sale. We're selling mugs, t-shirts, and hoodies.
Get yours today and represent Bells ISD's #1 news network. And now to sportscaster Otto Vandervoort with what you missed last week in Panther sports.
Thank you. Last week, the Lady Panther volleyball team swept Bonham before getting a bye on Friday. We currently sit at 8-1 in district play and cross country. The varsity girls won district championship, advancing to the regional meet. In football, the Panthers got back into the winning column, defeating Blue Ridge 60-21 behind 8 rushing touchdowns, 4 from Easton Helgren, 2 from BT, and 2 from senior Hayden Allen. Also last week, the Panther band received all ones at the UIL competition for the first time in school history, advancing to area, which will be held at C.H. Collins Stadium in Denton. That's all for sports this week. Here's Jaywalking with Jax.
Hey guys, I'm Jackson with Jaywalking with Jax, and I'm here with Easton Helgren today, and we're going to talk about him being an FCA leader, what he does, and the things he does for our school and our community. So, what is it like to be an FCA leader, and what do you exactly do?
Well, we as FCA leaders, we just try to be like good leaders for the community, and we just try to spread God's word to people that may not have a chance, and we just try to be great influences.
Awesome. Okay, and you have several other FCA leaders, and I know that y'all have the FCA thing going on Wednesdays. What exactly happens out there? What do y'all do during the FCA time and going down to the gym and talking and stuff?
Well, we try to focus on spreading the message of God and like teaching people like the message of being like a good Christian and what it looks like to walk with Jesus, and we try to like make it known that Jesus is real and He's there.
Okay, that's awesome. And one final question. I've heard that your parents were at least a missionary and that you've been to other countries and things. What is that like, being a missionary or seeing other missionaries at work?
Well, I mean, it's very different, obviously, like the culture, like the change from America and Africa. It's like more like you don't have wants, you have needs, and you feel those needs in Africa, and it makes a very big difference. And seeing things like demon-possessed people, you can see them in person, and my parents used to use the Lord's name to get rid of the possession, so that was really cool.
Love to hear it. And that's all we have for today. Thank you for all you do. Thank you for being an FCA leader. And I think it's to Ben with Ben Around the Block. Thank you.
Thanks, Jax. Hey guys, Ben here from Techie Farm Boy, and welcome back to Ben Around the Block, your weekly fill-in on what's happening outside of Bells. The United States has warned Iran from escalating the conflict between Palestine and Israel. At the same time, another carrier has been deployed by the U.S. to Israel, with troops ready to be deployed on Israel soil if the need arises. President Joe Biden has also criticized Israel's approach to the conflict, forcing the country to reinstate water to Gaza, and warned Israel to demonstrate restraint, stating that Israel only had the right to execute full force on the Hamas terrorist organization and not the entire Gaza population. In other news, a computer science student has won $40,000 for successfully deciphering the first word on a petrified Roman scroll originating from the time of Mount Vesuvius's eruption. The student, 21-year-old Luke Ferrater, used AI to scan the damaged scroll to uncover the first word, porphyrius, meaning purple in ancient Greek. The word was deciphered, with researchers believing more translation is possible with the use of artificial intelligence. That's it for this week's Spin Around the Block. Thank you for watching. I've been Ben, and I'll see you later. Now Tristan and Kendall for the weekly update.
There's not too much going on this week. Starting today, volleyball will travel to Leonard.
On Wednesday, all seniors will take the ASVAB, and all juniors, as well as select sophomores and freshmen, will take the PSAT.
On Thursday, JV football will travel to Howe.
Also on Friday, volleyball will host Howe for their senior night. The varsity football team will also be hosting Howe Bulldogs with a 7:30 kickoff.
Finally, cross country will be competing at the regional level on Saturday.
Now to our meteorologist, Jacqueline Hess.
Thank you. This week is going to be chilly with a high of 87 on Saturday and a low of 54 today. When it comes to rain, we're only looking at a tiny 4% chance on Thursday. I'd bring a hoodie if you're going to this week's varsity football game. Temperature is going to be low and they're supposed to be in the 60s. That's it for the weather this week.
Thanks, Jacqueline.
And that's all for the Panthers this week. This episode of the Bells News Network is brought to you by 207 Productions, the Bells ISD Film Club, the Colbury Snowball Shack, and viewers like you.
Thank you.